Hello everybody, this is Annette Dion. It is Sunday, April 19th. The sun is in Taurus today, and that means we all will probably be feeling a little bit more grounded, which is nice, considering what we're going through. And also, Taurus energy can be a little bit slow and a little bit stubborn, so we all have negative sides to our zodiac sign. So just be careful of feeling stuck in a rut. Just know it's just an illusion. And you're probably not stuck in a rut. And feeling, let's see, bullish. Bullish would be feeling kind of heavy and like too serious a little bit. So shake it off. I want to mention that yesterday's reading, I kind of walked away from that reading, you can go back and listen to it if you want, thinking how odd it was that I was picking up on all this money, and, unbeknownst to me, I realized there was a big fundraising worldwide concert with many rock stars from yesteryear and currently, and they were raising a ton of money to help this pandemic, the healthcare workers and all that. I'm going to go back and watch it. I didn't actually see it last night. I didn't really have the patience for all the in-between stuff, but I'm a Sagittarius where we don't have a lot of patience. Anyway, so there's I also mentioned, and if you want to look back at the videos, definitely do that. I also remember mentioning that the small businesses were going to get kind of a shot in the arm, a boost. I didn't put it that way, but that I did see that the ones that felt like they were sinking needed to just kind of wait this out, because the money is coming in for the small businesses. But first, the guides are telling me, first they had to skim off the top. They had to basically steal. So we have an administration that's stealing blatantly right in front of our eyes from us. For instance, he who shall not be named signing people's checks from the U.S. Treasury as if it was his own personal bank account. I mean, and I said the word brazen a couple days ago, that I just kept getting this brazenness. I think it was Monday. And sure enough, man, it's just, I can't think of a better word. So let's take a look at what the angels have to say, and I like starting with an angel card or two. So let's see what they have for us today. Know that you're always guided and they're always here to help. So you never get no for an answer when you ask your angels for help. So just keep that in mind. And it might be, in a sort of convoluted way or an indirect way, but learn to follow the thread. I can teach you that if you want. You can send me an email and I'll set you up. Okay, so surrender and release. Now there are a lot of angel cards in this deck. I don't know how many exactly, because this is an oracle deck. I know how many in tarot deck, but it doesn't really say. But this is a card I got a few days ago. And we have to surrender and release our will to the higher power's will, because that's the only way we're going to get through peacefully. Sometimes the biggest spiritual lesson is you don't have any control over the situation. However, we can have some influence in the sense that we decide in our minds what would be the best possible outcome that we can imagine, and at least we feel like our thoughts are going in a certain direction and we're not all over the place. So decide how you want it to be. And I get that not only for the personal, but for the collective. So decide how you want it to be, and then surrender it and release it, and trust and faith. There's always a way. There's always a solution. So I do repeat myself, but you know what? That's how the message gets through most effectively. So the cards, it's funny. The cards for the next 24 hours, I'll be pulling 3 or 4. And it's funny because I was just thinking of something else that came up that I was kind of surprised by, that I recently discussed. I think it had to do with the economy, and the leaders stepping forward, and there's a lot of divisiveness, and then what I was about to say was that when I mentioned the hot air balloon and I was sensing this like hot air, he who shall not be named, full of hot air, like a hot air balloon, that the air was coming out and falling to the ground. And yesterday I was playing Free Falling by Tom Petty in my reading. And I have seen, I think I saw an article where that was being referred to as in falling, everything's falling, falling. I just kept getting that theme. We're falling, 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 falling fast. But we don't have to crash. It's funny because I'll say something and then not long after that I hear it somewhere, I pick it up somewhere. So we're all in, that's when I say the collective, that's what I mean. We have a collective kind of a unity in our thoughts. And if you train yourself through meditation, especially, that's especially effective, to be more in tune with that, it will definitely work for you. We never don't have a clue. We always have a clue of what's going on. Okay, so all right, so this is the Hermit card. The Hermit card is saying that this is speaking to people going out in public and not practicing social distancing. I just stepped out the door of my office just a short while ago, and there were people in clumps without masks or anything. And I'm not being judgmental. I'm just saying what I'm sensing from this card is a lot of people recognizing that they walked on the beach, for instance, amongst crowds of people, and maybe that wasn't the best thing they could be doing. So this feels like they went out there, they did that, and then this feels like more information comes in scientifically about just how not wise that was. So there's some self-reflecting going on. Unfortunately, I'm seeing more illness because people did that. This is an opportunity being offered from the heavens. Okay, this is telling me that we have more power than we think as citizens of this country, but we have to grab this opportunity while we can, because it's not going to be here forever. And the guides are telling me about the mail-in voting. We need to jump on that. This is about if enough people are speaking out for saving the U.S. Postal Service, which there's no reason on God's earth why that should go away, except through manipulation and evil intent. And I can get into that more maybe tomorrow. But we need to speak up. So if you see something online that you can sign a petition or even send, $5-10 in to help the cause, I'll just say it. The reason that what's-his-face wants to privatize the Postal Service is because he's got wind of the fact that we need to have mail-in voting, and he can't manipulate that. Well, he finds ways to manipulate everything, but it will be like a million times more difficult if it's a government agency as opposed to a privatized agency. So let's fight hard for that not to happen. We do have an opportunity to turn that around, so let's take it. That feels extremely important. Glad it came up. The Ten of Pentacles. People are finding money where they didn't know there was money, so this points to a little bit of people are getting their stimulus checks, unfortunately, signed. I'm not going to get into it. They shouldn't be signed. It's our money, okay? They shouldn't be signed by anyone except the U.S. Treasury. But anyway, I'm sorry. It's one of those days that I'm not happy about some things that are going. Did you see? Courage is mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Really important. So, I digressed. Talking about the money that we will see coming in from the government. However, it's our taxpayer money. People are going to start using it to upgrade what they have in terms of business. So, and I'm talking about small businesses. I do feel like this is a positive little spin right now time. So when you get the money, if you have a small business, make sure you have things organized in a kind of a resourceful way. because you can set yourself up now for something, you know, that's coming. And those that don't have a small business, it's a great time to start. Believe it or not. I've said it before, people prospered in the Great Depression. So keep the faith and know that things will get better, but also I have to tell you, this requires like magnificent amounts of patience. And that is the biggest lesson of all. It won't be so bad if we are patient, because it's going to take a long time. And on that note, that's our reading. And if you'd like to get a personal reading, it's AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. Have a great rest of your Sunday. I hope the sun's out where you are. It is where I am. Bye-bye now. Thanks.